Hello, people who might be watching this. If you're stumbling across me for the first time, then hello. I'm not really a famous YouTuber. I've got like 30 subscribers. I'm not that famous. In this video, I'm going to be redesigning ASHA from Disney's Wish. The movie's just a bit It's just, like, for all the hype that was around it, it just ended up being really disappointing. And I don't know, the story wasn't really good and the villain was just a bit of a joke. But one thing I really did like about the movie is that they did try to like do it in like a watercolor style. And I did really like the concept art for the movie. I thought it was really good. It's like there were really talented people working at Disney and it's like very obvious that there are. It's just, why did they make a movie that's like this disappointing? It makes me want to cry. But anyway, getting into the video properly, I wanted to redesign ASHA. But like, I don't think there's anything wrong with her movie design. I think it's really nice. I just think that so much of the stuff, like so much of the concept art should have been implemented in the movie. Like, apparently, Disney was gonna put, I think it was gonna be like a star boy. Like, the star from the movie was gonna be a magical boy that Asha could talk to and have like more of a dynamic with, which would have been really good. I don't know who at Disney decided to like not use that idea, but like, you should have. Also, like, I don't want to nitpick, but I really don't like the goat. Like, out of all things in the movie, I hate the goat. He just serves no purpose. He's just there to be like the cute side character, but like the star is kind of already the cute side character, so I don't understand why he was even needed in the movie, but okay. They could have done so much more with her friends. It pains me because like they could have been really good characters and like served a bit more of a purpose to the plot, but they're kind of just in the background doing nothing. Well, not doing nothing, they're kind of just there. Like, I think that there's like one of the friends that was actually like had plot relevance, but the others just didn't. They were just kind of sidelined and it was like, oh, okay. And the animation, like, there was an attempt, like I said before, there was an attempt to make it like watercolor based, or make it look like watercolor, but I don't, it looks a little unfinished, like a tiny bit unfinished. That's no hate to the Disney animators, but like something about it just looks kind of off. That's not to say that it's bad. It's just, me personally, I don't really like the animation style that was used for this movie. You might do, and that's completely okay, that's completely fine. Everyone has their own opinions. Me personally though, I didn't like the animation style for this movie. I have seen people like mindlessly hate on the movie without actually seeing it, and now that it's like, the movie is just like everywhere, it's on like Disney Plus, like you can just watch it on whatever website, some video website. I've seen it, and obviously I don't like it, but it's an okay attempt. It was an okay movie. Like, it's not something I hate. It's just a bit disappointing considering this is like Disney's 100th anniversary movie. And maybe I feel like people would hate it less if it wasn't Disney's 100th anniversary movie. It would have just been like another mid-Disney movie. It would have been like hated as much, to be honest. Some of the songs though, like, okay, when I hear some of the songs, I do get the hatred for the movie. Like, it's not great. The songs aren't great. They're very bad. I'm not sure if these are like accusations or true, but apparently the song was written by AI, which, I mean, considering how bad the songs turned out, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, excuse my rambling. I needed to get that off my chest, like all this stuff about the movie, because I really wanted to like do a review, but I'm not like a professional reviewer of things, so this is like my second time using Clip Studio Paint. It's so much different from Procreate. It's very different. I do really like it though, genuinely. I think it's a really good program. Like, if you have enough money and you're a digital artist, I do recommend getting it. This isn't sponsored, by the way, I'm just saying. I looked a lot at the concept art that Disney made, and Asha's hair was like really like beautiful and like curly and just like free, and I really loved that. So I wanted to implement that in my redesign. And as for Asha's actual design, again, I do not hate it in the slightest. I think it's an okay Disney princess design. I feel like she looks a little bit like, I've noticed she looks a tiny bit too similar to like Isabella Madrigal, a little bit. Like when it comes to like silhouettes, they look a tiny bit too similar. That's just me though. I think that's just a me thing. Yeah, it's just a me thing. They are their own two individual characters though, which I do like. Ash's personality, sorry, I will get to like the actual process of how I do things, like how I'm drawing, but like Ash's personality, I'm not really a fan of it. It's just, why didn't they just give her like a different personality? Because she kind of just blends into the other Disney princesses so much. And it's stressful. Because with this film, I'm just really trying to like defend it and trying to be like, oh, it's an okay film. Like it doesn't deserve the hate. But it's difficult because the movie is just, it's a mess. It's a mess. But honestly, getting into the way I draw properly, usually it's not unique. Usually I just like start off with the sketch. Like I had to do like a few sketches like off outside of recording because I was really trying to like figure out what I wanted to do with this redesign. Because I had the idea, I just didn't know what exactly to do. So then I looked at the concept art, like I kept using it as like reference and stuff. Honestly, it really helped. Like if you're an artist, please use references, because like whenever I draw something, I always have to like reference something from like Pinterest or just from like Google Images, anything. Also, like the concept art, I love it when like Disney like releases a concept art for their movies. It just looks so good. And the designs for Asha and the rest of the characters look so good, which is why it further pains me that this movie is not that great. Sorry, I said my ranting about the movie was over. I just kept ranting. I apologize. Also, if my microphone sounds like an actual piece of crap, then that is just because I'm too broke to get like a proper microphone right now. But I will get a better microphone in future. Because Audacity can only do so much. Because right now I might sound like I'm just recording out of a tin can, but I'm really trying. Okay, I'm struggling. I'm trying. Okay. In some concept art that I saw of Asha, I saw that she had more like pinkish reddish tones to her outfit, and I really liked that, so I wanted to like implement that in my drawing. And mostly the reason why I wanted to change the design of the dress is that I wanted it to be a bit more unique, because as I said before, her design, her like dress thing, and like the hairstyle, like the braids like on the side, it was giving a bit, like it looked a little bit too similar to Isabella to me. Just to me. If it didn't to you, that's fine. It was just a me thing. Also, they could have done like such cool silhouettes with like braids, like Fulani braids, for example. Like I feel like those would look really good on Asha, and like in the future, I might redesign her with those braids. Like those type of braids would have just like incorporated like the braid hairstyle that Asha has, but also the curls that I want her to have, and it would have looked really cool. Like I would have really liked it. I've been wanting to like talk about this movie for a while. Oh my god, it stresses me out so much. It's like this movie, like it's just it had so much potential to be like a really good 100th anniversary Disney movie, but then it just falls flat at like every point. I don't think it's horrendously bad, it's just a movie that stresses me out too much. As much as I wanted to redesign her, I didn't want it to be like too crazy. I wanted to keep it like simple, because I looked at dresses from like the time period that Asha's in, which is like, I think it's the 1200s, I'm not sure. Because I looked at the Queen's design and tried to like pinpoint when in history this would be. Because the Disney movies chronological stuff, it's a bit complicated and like it's a bit confusing. And the dresses that I saw in Asha in the concept art, it kind of alluded to it being like, I'd say like around like the 1200s, 1300s, like around that era of things, I guess. But I tried to look at like, you know, the 1200s and like what they were wearing back then, and then like the simplified version in the concept art, and just tried to see how I could implement this into my design. Honestly, I'd say it turned out okay. I could have done more though, because Ash's dress, I honestly really like the little, what would I call them? Like the marks on the dress. They just look really. I like those details. They just look really nice. It's like there are things that you can appreciate about the movie, like the villain. I won't say he's a good villain because the villain, as I said before, he's a bit of a joke. But I do like his design. I think it looks good. Like I think I saw a 2D animation of like what he would have looked like in Disney's old like 2D animation style, and that got me thinking, why didn't they just animate the movie in 2D? I know 2D, it takes up a lot of time, but there are so many talented 2D artists that Disney could have like employed to animate the movie. It's not as simple as that. They have to go through a lot of stuff to like actually do the animation and get all the people together. But it would have been such a good 100th movie thing. Like them going back to their old roots of like 2D animation, that would have been a very good thing to do for the 100th anniversary movie, I think. And a lot of new Disney fans, like children who are like just getting into Disney, and like old fans who like teenagers and like adults who like watch Disney growing up, I think they would really appreciate that. But like, I don't know. The movie, it stresses me out, but it's an okay movie. It's not as like abominably horrendous as people are saying. It's a bit of a rough watch though, I will admit. Honestly, I'd love to hear what people think of this movie, because I can't be the only one who thinks it's not like abominably horrendous. Like it's obviously not a good movie. Like objectively, it's not a good movie. But it's not like horrendous, is it? Like there are worse Disney movies out there, surely. Wait, I'll just let you guys relax and just enjoy the rest of the time-lapse speed paint thingy.